was trying to explain to you the reason that I was concerned in this speeding traffic case about
Right.
why my screen froze up. I hope you can still hear and see me, or at
I
least
can
hear
see.
me. Okay.
Yes.
Um, the reason that I was concerned about this case is because um, the facts that I'm stating to you about Jeffrey Epstein, the DC Madam,
Right.
Alpha Bay, my daughter, um, those related elements are true, and I am afraid that they would wish to deem me incompetent or insane in order
Right.
to discredit the truth of the matters
Right.
because they're vastly different from what's being reported by the news and the Department of Justice themselves. So,
And these are obviously. I mean, it sounds like these are just misdemeanors. These traffic things. Is that correct?
yeah, they are misdemeanors, and they may even be. I mean, that's what they're considered under, statutes of
Right.
admiralty law, is as far as I know. If that information is correct, it's a difficult thing to study
Right.
because of some of it being a little bit hidden from public knowledge.
Right.
So
Right.
I was, on my way home and got a speeding ticket. And now that's turning into a potential, you know, um, institutionalization under, false claims that I'm insane.
I don't know. I don't know why they would even question this. Is what I'm saying. That's my concern because you seem perfectly fine to me.
Yeah.
Uh, um, I mean,
Well,
you're understandably upset, Jessica. I mean, that's a reasonable thing to be upset. Um,
it has been extremely difficult to such a degree that I have lost the majority of my hair just from the stress of,
right.
knowing what's true, knowing what's being purported by media as truth, knowing the difference between the two, and um, realizing a level of corruption that I hadn't known existed
Right.
is in place and in power. And I just want to live my life in peace. I haven't,
Right.
hurt anybody, and I want.
What you're going to need is concrete proof of each allegation.
Well,
I'm
see,
not saying that for me. I'm saying that the
yeah.
court would say, "Where's the proof?"
But in my opinion, I don't. I have to discount their own, agenda because I know without doubt that
Yeah, but
their
I understand that,
yeah.
Jessica. That won't hold up in court.
But
Is what I'm saying.
I understand, but the people's opinions do matter.
I agree. I'm 100%
So
in agreement.
I really have no control over the fact that they have, you know, stolen evidence that I would have otherwise.
And do you have evidence that they stole that? The
Proof?
reason I'm saying that is
Yeah.
because you're going to be dismissed as paranoid if you don't have the evidence.
Well, see, that's the problem, is that I'm not, and that these things are true. These things have
And
happened to me, and it's
I understand. I believe you.
yeah.
I believe you, Jessica. What I'm trying to look at this from your adversary's point of view,
Right.
and I know what they're going to say. They're going to say, "Show me the beef. Show me
Okay,
the proof."
that's
Okay,
fine, but they
that's.
at the same time aren't required to show any proof of anything.
I think it's unfair. I completely agree with you.
Like they say,
But I'm just trying to keep. I'm trying to keep you out of a hospital called a prison or a prison called a hospital.
okay,
Um, I let me just give you this advice. You're not going to like it. I think, in a general sense, you need to drop everything.
I know that's what I'd like to do too.
Well, if you don't drop it, they probably are going to put you in a mental
Yeah,
hospital,
yeah,
and
that's
you don't want to go there.
right. I
You
know
don't.
that. I know.
It's terrible. It's terrible. So when you make allegations like you are, I'm not saying they're false. I don't know whether they're true or false. I don't know. You seem like an honest person. I'm not questioning that. All I'm saying is, if I look at what you're saying from their point of view, they're going to say that you're paranoid. And they're probably going to say, which makes no sense at all, that you're paranoid schizophrenic, which is not true. I'm just saying I know how they act. I've taught this stuff
Mm-hmm.
for years. And you don't want to go down that road
I know that.
because it's a mess.
I know that.
It's just a mess.
Yeah, I
So
agree. That's why I was
I
trying
know
to.
that I know you feel wronged. I know that,
Oh
and I
yeah,
agree. Glad that we're talking about it. I want to give you some advice that is a way for you to protect yourself. I believe that you have been wronged. I believe that. I just think sometimes it's better to let go and live life
that's what I want.
than to keep fighting this, because it's like fighting with like a monster that
Yeah,
just keeps getting you.
yeah, that's how it's
Here,
felt.
I can tell you what they're going to say to you. They're going to say that you are paranoid, that you don't have um, evidence to support you. Don't argue with me. I'm not saying that you are paranoid. I'm just saying what they're going to say, and you want to avoid that, Jessica. You don't want to do that. Like when I used to teach, my students learned all about these kinds of issues, and so they would challenge the police and end up in the hospital and argue with the psychiatrist, and everything
Oh my
would call me up and they said, "You said was right, Professor.
gosh.
You're crooks and blah blah blah." And I need to stop arguing with them if you want to get out of the hospital. I'm one of the biggest critics of the DSM.
Yeah.
I debated the author of the DSM,
Did you?
and he agreed that it was bullshit. Well, I'll see if I can send it to you.
Oh,
There's
great!
a link.
I'd love to see it.
I mean,
I'm
the
curious about this
author,
stuff also.
well, the authors of the DSM, the chairman of the people that wrote that, said this whole thing is bullshit. Okay,
Yeah,
so I mean,
yeah. I
you have a fact on your side here, but again, I would not fight on that basis. I would say, how much do I pay? What do you want me to do? I just want to get the hell out of
that's what I
here.
tried to do in the first place, and I couldn't get them to put on paper that there would be no jail time and no inpatient,
Right.
type.
Well, there's no reason for any inpatient, and again, I strongly advise you to do the following things, and this is, I know you're not going to like it, but I just am concerned about your well-being, and that is one, for the three criteria for competency. One, make it very clear that you understand the charges that are brought against you, and the second thing, say, I would love to be able to work with an attorney to help my case. Just say that a bunch of, as many times. And don't fire any more attorneys unless you feel like they're really doing you harm or asking you to do something that you want. And then once you say those three things in a concise way, Jessica, I'm sure that they'll let it go. But do not don't ever say that you were trafficked to Joe Biden. If you say you were trafficked to Joe Biden, they're going to say that you're paranoid, and that's the end of it.
Yeah, I filed a motion today with that claim that it's not actually a claim; it's actually my experience.
Right, but that's not going to hold up in court. You've got to do what's going to hold up in court in order for you to be free.
Yeah, I didn't realize that I had to have proof. I thought that the
You
law
always have to
enforcement was gonna assist. Yeah, that was one of the first questions my brother asked me was why would you tell the truth if you didn't have proof of it? Now, I did not know I needed it. I really had a lot more faith in law enforcement.
Don't have any faith.
No.
I just really think you should not say anything about Jeffrey Epstein. You shouldn't say anything about being trafficked, about Joe Biden. Don't say anything about that, whether it's true or not, because they're only going to use it against you, and they're going to say that you're paranoid. They're going to say that you're crazy. I know that blows your mind, but
It does.
that's the truth. That's the truth about the government.
Yeah. Well, I've witnessed it firsthand. It's still. I
So
mean.
don't do it. Don't do any of it anymore. But even with them, Jessica, don't say anything about how you were trafficked with Joe Biden and all these other people. Don't say it, because they'll use that against you. Somebody will, and they'll say she's obviously crazy, and that's the end of it. Okay? And do not say anything about how people have plotted against you and done all these X, Y, and Z things. Don't say it, because it'll hurt you. I'm telling you, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah.
And you've got to do what they say. They're going to say, keep your mouth shut, Jessica. Do this. Grab onto this rope and climb out. And don't don't start questioning the whole thing right now. Once you're out and free, you can go after them if you want. Write a story about the whole thing, bust them, but don't do it while they still have power over you. You want to be free. You want to be free, right?
Yeah.
You don't want a verdict against the government that says, P.S. The government was guilty of X, Y, and Z, right?
Right.
If you want to do that, then go to school and learn how to do it.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do before
Right.
this happened. I wanted to try and learn how to get, my motions accepted, and at least, learn their procedures so that I knew.
That's a perfectly reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
But when they're coming down on you, don't do it right then. Don't touch that again. Just stay away from any of that. And if you can take down any of the stuff that you put up, take it down, delete it. I don't know how to do any of that, but you just want to get all of that stuff down and out.
That's what.
Leave it again.
That's what. Yeah, I consider just deleting the accounts to see if that may have any.
Oh yeah, sure. Go ahead, and don't tell anybody that you're deleting it. Just delete it. If you defend yourself, you're going to get even deeper, Jessica. I'm trying to help you here.
Yeah, I believe you.
Grab onto that rope and climb out. Don't question. Don't talk about how evil they were. All that other stuff. Just get out of the well. That they're going to say he's a psychologist. They're going to try to undermine it, and then they're going to come back and hit you harder. They could get very angry and make things worse for you. I'm working on my 10th book right now about how this is an unconstitutional process. And I think ultimately that's the way you've got to go. But you don't want to go that way while the state is coming after you. No, it's not the right time, Jessica. First thing is you got to get free. I mean, do you have an objection to going to a law clinic and asking what their opinion is?
No, I don't have any objection to that.
Don't argue the right or wrong. I'm very serious about this, Jessica, because you're not going to win on your own. You're not going to win on your own. Who did you wait? Did that go to the court?
Yeah.
Well, that was a mistake. That was a huge mistake, and they're going to use it against you. So if I were you, I would retract that statement if you can, and say, I don't know what I was thinking. I shouldn't have said that.
Well, what has happened that I found out is that the emotion, I forget the word that they used. It began with an R, but it has been rejected basically because I didn't, put my address and my phone number and email.
Oh, that's good news. If you say President Biden was involved in trafficking you're going to be. They're not going to listen to you. It doesn't matter. That's just the way the world works right now. They're going to say you're nuts. So, I'm sorry if that happened. That's horrible.
Yeah, that is what happened.
But don't say it. If you want to save yourself right now, don't say it.
I have a good feeling I'll be able to get out of it and move on.
Good.
I have a place to move now because, it's been attacks on my own property as well, even before the case. Yeah.
Don't tell me any more information out on them. Who knows who's recording?
I mean, I have, but it's so rare. I know the times I have.
They're not going to make sure you have a good seat in heaven. I'll tell you that.
Who?
The government.
Oh no, not them. I was more concerned about
don't
other.
Trust them. Don't trust them.
Yeah.
What was the old saying? We're from the government. We're here to help you. No.
Right. I know that.
You got to look out.
Yeah. I appreciate your time so very much, and it's an honor to meet you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right.
Okay.
Take care.
All right. You too.
Bye bye.
Okay. Bye bye.